What's up, Jet fans? I just finished watching Week 11, Colts at Jets, a uh, a brutal game. Final score 28-27, a loss, of course. Going into the game, the big storylines were the Colts having a lot of issues. Right, we can't say, "Oh, this is a great team." The Colts having lots of issues. Biggest story of them all: them switching quarterbacks in the middle of the week. Um, that is not an indicator of success. They also had a bunch of other issues with their team. I think the announcers were saying they're starting four rookies on the offensive line this game, right? A team that is struggling right now, a very beatable team. The Jets couldn't beat them. There was moments where it looked like they might have been able to beat them, but even then, this is not supposed to be a close game, right? The Colts were at their lowest, one might say. Everything going into the game anyways. Obviously Anthony Richardson did play pretty well. But still, the Jets should have won this game. And then the biggest story going into the game for the Jets, like I was saying, their season ended last week, in my opinion. They going into this game they had 7 losses, now they have 8. You can't make the playoffs with 8 losses. It's very hard to make the playoffs with 7 losses. Their season's over. It's been over last week, and obviously another loss continuing it to be over. Once again, going down the rundown, the record is now 3-8. My predicted record for them is getting more and more ridiculous at 7-4, and obviously my prediction for this game was incorrect. And like I said, a 28-7 loss, coming down to the wire, but that's not saying much because this team is not supposed to have close games with a struggling Colts team. On offense, not a lot to write home about. Starting positive, trying to be positive. Brees Hall had a decent game, a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown. Did a lot in both the run game and the passing game. And then Devontae Adams, he was making some big plays, and maybe one of his best games with the Jets. A short amount of games, obviously, but maybe 72 yards, 6 receptions, and some angry running from him. So that was good to see. But then you look at everyone else. Everyone else kind of didn't really do anything. Garrett Wilson only 18 yards. Um, and yeah, and also lots of these numbers come from either the final drive of the first half or in the second half because they couldn't do anything in the first half. Like three straight 3-and-outs, I think, for the Jets. So all these numbers come from half a game, really, which for half a game these numbers are pretty good actually. But obviously they didn't play half a game, they played a full game, and you have these numbers, so that is concerning. And I don't know, I was struggling about putting this in the video, but I think I will, where it's like, I don't believe in tanking. I've made videos on that. I don't think that's good. That's hurts the culture and really doesn't work. Look at all the rookie quarterbacks who are struggling on a team that tanked for him. But they're trying a bunch of stuff out to see what the problem is. And right on paper, we keep on going back to this. On paper, the Jets are a good team, but but they're not on the field. They're a very bad team, in fact. And one last thing we haven't tried is, what if we put Tyrod Taylor in there for a couple games? Right, we have the bye, prep him up and see what he can do. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I'm just thinking out loud. Right, I'm literally making this video right after the loss. Um, but maybe we do that, see what happens. Not for the whole season, just for a couple games. And if things start working, then it's like, oh, well, hold on. This team is good on paper and on the field. It's actually Aaron Rodgers. If it doesn't work out, all right, put Aaron Rodgers back in. That's not the issue, right? Because lots of people are thinking, oh, Aaron Rodgers is the issue. And obviously, there's more than just Aaron Rodgers' play that is the issue. It's also his off the field demeanor. But some people might be saying it's his play because the evidence seems to suggest that he made a bunch of bad decisions in this game, and just really wasn't helping things. So hey, put Tyrod Taylor in, change nothing else, see what happens. Right? I don't know. I'm trying to do something, make this team good, right? Because I don't believe in tanking. I don't think that would be a tanking move. That's actually a move for the future, right? Because this season's over. So what do? We got to see who's good on this team. And the excuse for everyone is going to be, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers actually kind of threw the team off. So it's like, all right, put Tyrod Taylor in, see what happens. See if people do better with him, people do worse with him. I don't know. I think just put him in, see what happens. Not for the whole season, but you have the bye, and then you can prep him for a couple games. See what happens. Obviously, that would be a super politically speaking a risky move. You probably have to maybe fake an Aaron Rodgers injury or something. Once again, this is off the dome. I don't know if this is smart, but that's just this. That's where I'm at right now. Defense wise, I don't know. The Williams brothers did good, I guess. But the rest of the team, not so much. And I guess the Williams brothers had a couple of big plays. I don't know how well they did actually. Right, it's hard to watch and see what individual players on the defense are doing good. But as a unit, they're not doing so well. Last week they were embarrassed. This week I guess they were better. But once again, they were playing against a very, very young and inexperienced quarterback. They are playing against 4 offensive linemen rookies. You would have liked to see more. Um, the end of the game kind of got close, but of course, as the Jets defense do, there's 2 things you can always count on with this defense. They're always going to blow a 3rd and long, which they did a lot in this game. And if the team needs points, they're going to let the team score points. And that's what this defense did. And I don't know. I'm tired of this defense. I've spoken a lot about them. So let's just move on. Like I said, they have the bye. Um, you don't have that hard of a schedule. Once again, the Dolphins aren't doing so well. You got to play the Bills, which is tough, but the Jags are not doing so well. The Seahawks are not doing so well. The Rams are even doing worse than I expected. But the Jets aren't doing well either. So it's like, what are we talking about here? And I will say, just to wrap things up, I don't believe in tanking. I want to win all these games. If they win all these games, I will be happy, even if it means we don't make the playoffs, because that means something's working, right? We need to find out what works. We can't just, all right, this season's a waste, throw it all away, let's lose every game. No, we need to see what works, and we need to find what works. And when you find what works, you hopefully win games. So I want to win these games, and I caution all Jets fans not to want the Jets to lose. And that's the last thing I want to end on, a positive note. Say what you will about this team, the fans in this game were really in it. I don't support the booing, but I guess that's probably because I'm used to having young quarterbacks, and I think booing young quarterbacks is really, really bad. Booing a 40-year-old quarterback is not so bad. But they were booing, which I don't support, but then any little thing the Jets did correct, they would go ballistic. So say what you will about this team, but from me watching it I wasn't there obviously, but from watching it on the screen, the fans were in it. They didn't get the fans don't give up, and I love to see that. They were not giving up any little thing the Jets did. First down, right? Because that's big actually for the Jets. But a first down, the fans were going crazy. Brees Hall's amazing plays, fans were going crazy. Devontae Adams, his big play, fans went wild. So I do want to say the fans, even though this team has let you guys down a lot, they're still in it. I don't like the booing, but still, the cheering was amazing. MetLife Stadium. This team is 3-8 now, but MetLife was electric for some reason, and I love to see it. So that's the positive end. We're going on a bye week, so I won't be here for a while, but don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.